Okay, so are you ready to like dive into the story of Jesus, but like from a totally different perspective?
Oh, I love a good perspective shift. Lay it on me.
Okay, so we're talking about his life, death, and resurrection. But get this, through the eyes of beings from other worlds. It's like, what if we could eavesdrop on their conversations about Jesus?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm intrigued. So we're talking like alien encounters here or something.
Sort of. Okay, so Ellen White, she wrote about all these unfallen worlds out there, planets and people who've never known sin. And they were totally tuned in to what was happening here on Earth.
So they had like a front row seat to the whole human drama.
Exactly. It's like their version of cosmic reality TV, right?
Okay, I'm in. So let's start with the birth announcement.
Right. Not just any birth announcement. Imagine word spreads that the creator himself is entering his own creation as a human. Like, can you imagine the buzz, the gossip, the speculation across the galaxies? It'd be wild.
Oh, totally. Like the ultimate breaking news story.
Right. But then here on Earth, it's just another day. Kind of strange, right?
Yeah, talk about a cosmic disconnect.
So why all the hype up there and not down here?
Well, we got to remember that sin had kind of thrown the universe off balance. These unfallen worlds, they'd only ever known harmony and perfection. And suddenly, they're face to face with rebellion, with our mess.
So they're probably thinking, what were those humans thinking?
Yeah. And they're wrestling with this question, can humanity, with all its flaws, really be redeemed? Are we even worth saving?
It's like everyone's holding their breath, wondering if this whole human experiment is going to work out.
Exactly. And that's where Christ's life takes on a whole new meaning. See, it wasn't just about him living a perfect life. It was about proving to everyone that perfection was possible for humanity.
It's like he's setting the record straight, showing the universe that we're not a total lost cause.
Right. And it was a big deal for those watching, wondering if we could actually reflect God's image again.
Like a cosmic do-over.
Yeah, kind of. It was a demonstration, a rebuttal to all the doubts that had crept in.
And then there's that moment, the temptation in the wilderness.
Oh, man, talk about pressure.
It's like the entire universe is holding its breath while this one man decides the fate of humanity.
Seriously, it was the ultimate test, not just for Jesus, but for all of us. You see, some of these unfallen beings, they had their doubts. Could humans really resist temptation? I mean, look at their track record.
So when Christ stands firm, it's a huge relief for everyone watching.
Absolutely. A sigh of relief that echoed through the cosmos. Like, see, humanity isn't a lost cause after all.
They can actually choose good over evil when they've got God's power backing them up.
Exactly. It was a message of hope to every corner of the universe. And that brings us to the crux of it all. The crucifixion. I mean, talk about a turning point in history, and not just human history.
It's heavy stuff, for sure. Even knowing the ending, it's hard to grasp what Christ went through.
And this is where our human minds just can't fully grasp it, because those unfallen worlds, they'd never experienced death, suffering, nothing like that.
It'd be like trying to explain colors to someone born blind.
Exactly. So they're watching this go down, and it must have been completely beyond their understanding.
But it was also the ultimate reveal of who God is.
Right. It's like, sure, they knew about evil in theory, but they had never seen it in action.
Like reading about a hurricane versus actually living through one.
Exactly. So when Christ, God's own son, goes through that kind of agony and death, it's like the universe gets a crash course in just how destructive sin really is.
And how far God will go to redeem his creation.
Yes. It's like Christ's death became this cosmic guarantee. It showed the entire universe that God's love isn't some flimsy, conditional thing.
It's not like, oh, you messed up, too bad.
Right. It's this unshakable, I'm with you no matter what kind of love.
So how did those unfallen worlds process that? I mean, were they freaking out?
Well, think about it. Before the crucifixion, there were probably whispers, doubts creeping in.
Like, did God make a mistake with these humans?
Yeah. Like, is this whole redemption plan going to work? But then Christ, he just lays it all on the line. He's like, this is how much I believe in them. This is how much I love them.
That's intense.
Right. And it shut down all those doubts. Because in that moment on the cross, when Christ cries out, it is finished. It's not just about his pain ending.
It's victory.
Yes, total victory over sin and death. And that echo, that went out through the entire universe. No more whispers, no more doubts. Just this incredible wave of relief and hope.
Okay, but we can't forget what happens next. The resurrection. Talk about an epic comeback story.
Right, the ultimate mic drop. He wasn't just returning to heaven. It was like this victory parade.
Proof that death couldn't hold him.
Exactly. And it wasn't just about him, right? The ripple effects of that, huge for everyone.
It's like he's showing us the way, saying, this is what's possible. This could be you too.
Yeah, like, don't be afraid of death anymore. I conquered it. And it wasn't some vague promise for the future either. The resurrection. That's proof that it's already been defeated.
That a new kind of life is possible, one we can't even imagine.
Exactly. It completely changes the game.
Like Humanity 2.0 is now available for download. But what about those unfallen worlds? They haven't been through the ringer like us. So what does the resurrection mean for them?
That's such a good point. It all goes back to that idea of everything being connected. Even if they haven't experienced brokenness like we have, they're still invested in our story. Remember, when humanity fell into sin, it wasn't just our problem.
Right, like that cosmic virus we were talking about.
Yeah. It messed with the whole universal harmony. Sin threatened everything God had created. But here's the thing about the resurrection. It wasn't just about fixing humanity. It was bigger than that. It was about hitting reset on the whole system, reinforcing God's original plan for everything.
So it's less about hitting undo and more like upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. Love is stronger than death, hope beats despair, and God's in control. That's the message for everyone.
Okay, so how do these unfallen beings react to all of this? Are they throwing parties?
Put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing power and love on a scale you never thought possible. They're witnessing the impossible become reality. I think their response is even bigger than ours. Pure awe and wonder.
And relief, knowing that everything's going to be okay.
Totally. The resurrection is good news for everyone, everywhere. Sin and death don't get the last word. God's dream for a perfect creation. It's still on.
It's like this huge cosmic exhale.
Yeah.
Everyone can finally relax.
Exactly. And that's what I love about this perspective, you know? It reminds us that we're not just watching some show. We're in it. Our choices matter. The way we live our lives, it has an impact on a scale we can't even imagine.
It's both humbling and mind-blowing, right? Like, wow, I'm part of something so much bigger than myself.
Right. And it challenges us, you know, to really live up to the sacrifice that was made, to reflect that love and grace in our own life.